What is going on, guys? Welcome. Tonight is a live training. I am your coach, Corey Camp, fitness coach, life coach, you name it. Today we are talking about adversity, how to overcome it, how to manage the stresses that come with it. It's going to be super exciting stuff, and it's a live training. So I'm going to involve you all as you come on in. We'll give everyone a minute here. I'll turn off these tunes. But yeah, we are obviously this year we have gone through a lot of adversity, whether it's celebrities passing away, all that stuff, you know, wildfires in Australia, coronavirus, you name it, people are losing jobs, getting creative. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of adversity that we're all being faced with. So I wanted to come on today and just share a couple tips and tricks that I have always turned to when it comes to overcoming adversity. And yeah, hopefully it's helpful for you. So first thing I want you to do, if you are tuning in here, we are going to brain dump all of our past adversities that we have faced. I find looking in the past and realizing that we've already faced some stuff is a huge help when it comes to facing current adversity. So I got my lovely whiteboard here. As you guys can see, I have broken it up into 3 categories. We got your physical, your mental, and I got financial, actually, because I think a lot of us stress out over finances. So for me, if I'm going to be brain dumping, everything's falling over here. We are going to look at the physical first. So obviously, being in the fitness space, being a former athlete, I relate a lot to physical things. So if you're following along, I want you to brain dump some physical adversities that you have faced in your life. When it comes to me, physical adversity, obviously I'm going to go to swimming. Let's see. Big physical one for me was having my worst dual meet ever in college was actually right before my first conference meet. So physical adversity was dealing with actually not being fast by those standards. So I'll go ahead and write that. Not meeting expectations. That's what I'll put. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in my physical little bucket. What I am doing here, for those of you just tuning in, I like to break down these adversities that I faced in life into what I'm calling my little cookie jars. I got this from a guy, David Goggins. He's pretty badass. But we are kind of working on building out our mental cookie jar. So every time I'm going to be facing a physical adversity, I'm going to turn back to my physical cookie jar and kind of realize there's some power if I already faced this stuff before. So what's another physical thing I've done? If you know me in the past few months here, I ran a marathon solo. So I'm going to go ahead and write solo marathon and stick that on there. I'll do one more for the physical. I'm going to go ahead and write 20 plus hour workout weeks, because in college that was kind of what I averaged, was about 20 plus hours, somewhere between 20 and 24 hours a week of just physical working out. So that takes a lot of willpower, and it's tough adjusting to new training groups and all that, but I've done it successfully. So the key point is you're putting stuff that you have already done successfully. We're going to move on to mental. So some mental kind of roadblocks or adversity blocks that have come to me over the years was probably when I was going to graduate college. I was completely lost. I had no idea what I wanted to do. My original plan was to go to physical therapy school, and that didn't happen. So that was an adversity, but I got a job anyway and I made it work. So I'm going to go ahead and write job out of school. And then actually, that can go there. Another one that's a really big part of who I am actually is a lot of you, I've talked a little bit about this in the past, but I went undiagnosed with a heart condition started my senior year of high school, and it carried through my freshman year of college. So there was a lot of unknown around that. I was visiting cardiologists in DC, in Maryland, in Virginia, eventually up in Delaware as well. So that's a big adversity, just a fear of the unknown there. So I'm going to go ahead and write unknown HC, heart condition. Overcame that. Successful surgery, so we're good to go. That's going to go in my mental cookie jar. We'll switch over to financial. So a lot of stress around finances exists, especially right now. There's a lot of uncertainty. A lot of us are like, how the hell am I going to make any money? No one's putting out money for anything. So what's really helped me in the past few months here is turning back to some times where I've already felt that. And I've kind of made it work. So one that immediately pops to mind is I left my first job out of college with literally like $1,000 in savings and decided to just travel. Not the best idea. I blew through those savings really fast, but I figured it out and I started teaching some lessons at $90 an hour and made ends meet. So quit first job. That's what I'm going to put as my adversity that I overcame. That's a good one. Another financial one was kind of building off that. I didn't really have a reliable source of income for a while. It was whenever I made it when I was at the country club. So I leaned into the unknown and just took some chances, had some conversations with people in charge there, and was able to build out a year-round swim program. So I'm going to go ahead and write year-round program there. So for those of you just joining in, we are doing an exercise that I like to call building out your mental cookie jar. I broke it up into 3 categories that are really, I think a lot of our stresses kind of come around. If you're an athlete, you can obviously resonate with the physical one, also probably with the mental, and then financial for a lot of us right now. I thought that was very timely. So when you kind of build out your cookie jar, I'm just going very brief, like overview right here. You guys can dive in a lot deeper. The deeper you kind of go into this, the more helpful it can be. But yeah, realize the power in this exercise is this. So anytime I'm now facing a physical challenge, whether that's I'm going to go for a long run, I'm going to do a really tough workout that I know is going to push my limits, when I'm starting to feel that suck and like I'm really in it, right? It's terrible. I'm going to turn back to my physical cookie jar and I'm going to remind myself that, okay, I've overcome not meeting expectations in the past and I was okay. And ironically, right after my worst dual meet of college, I was my school's first ever rookie of the year on the men's side of things. I can look back and say, all right, I decided with less than 2 months of training that I was going to run a marathon, and I did it solo. That was it. I can also look back, okay, I had 20 plus hours of training back in school. I can kind of face whatever is kind of thrown my way now. From a mental perspective, anytime I'm dealing with something that's a mental roadblock, whether it's how the heck am I going to make ends, well, making ends meet, I guess, is an overlap with the financial thing. But how am I going to get over this? How am I going to, deal with this relationship or make something happen? I'm going to remind myself, I've overcome dealing with the fear of unknown in the past when it relates to my heart condition. So It's nothing unlike I'm facing right now. Financially, I can turn back to it and say, look, I was able to quit my job. I had nothing solid lined up, and I landed on my feet, and it was okay. These are kind of the stories that we can make up that serve us. A lot of times when we are facing adversity, we like to make up stories that don't always serve us, and they lead us to feeling overwhelmed, feeling like you're not good enough, you're inadequate, that self-doubt creeps in. This exercise is huge in helping you increase your self-confidence, getting rid of that doubt, getting rid of that sense of overwhelm, and kind of helping you just move on. It's an opportunity for you to hit pause here and just think back to realizing you're a badass, you always have been a badass, and you're using your past to work for you rather than against you. It's an opportunity for you to just feel powerful, feel confident, and step into who you truly are. At the end of the day, being you and realizing that that power is really all that you need in life is so freeing. And that is all I have for you guys. If you want, type away in the chat like some adversities that you're currently going through. We can roll through it. If you're brave enough, we can like pop you on here in the shared screen. You can ask a question. Up to you all. I have a few more minutes to spare, so type away some questions, some adversity that you're facing. If you're going through something, we can kind of look at your mental cookie jar. How can we turn back to it and have it work for you? I'll give you a minute or so to put anything that might come to mind. If not, no worries. It's a short training. But I think this exercise will really serve you well as you go through the rest of your week, the rest of this month, or start of the new month. We're almost in September. It's hard to believe. It's flying by. But yeah, you can do this with any category. It doesn't have to be physical, mental, and financial. It can be emotional. It can be relationships. It can be family. The biggest thing is there's power in realizing that you can rewrite your story and putting your past examples onto paper that you can see and turn back to and feel that confidence is the whole key to this exercise. So if no one has anything, I appreciate you all for watching. And I will see you tomorrow for a live workout at 5 p.m. We are not at our normal 5:30 time tomorrow. We're at 5 p.m. tomorrow. And it's going to be total body. It's going to be fun. We're going to get our sweat going. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And I will see you later.